Hi friends, welcome back. So today with a new topic and a very sensitive part of an SAP project I am going to discuss today. And whenever the SAP implementation partner implements SAP for a customer or client, there is a blueprint prepared. What is their existing process into the SAP and what is their expectations? So here I am going to discuss about this is the most crucial aspect in the SAP implementation, which we call RICEFW. This is reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancement, forms, and workflows. So these are kind of objects that you develop into the SAP. So let me tell you one thing. When standard SAP doesn't meet the requirement of a business or a requirement of a customer, we need to implement these Ricefw to meet out the expectations, because SAP is implemented for a very big and huge businesses. They have multiple requirements. They have um, different kind of um, you know the reports they want. Their stakeholders are requiring customized reports. They want drill down reporting. So for this purpose, Ricefw plays a very critical role into this. So as a functional consultant, when the team is deployed as a functional consultant as well as the technical ABAP consultant, with their mutual collaboration, they deep dive into the requirement of the business, and they will analyze the business requirements, and they will list out that how many objects they are going to prepare and implement into an SAP project. And if I say from the costing point of view, this is what they develop and give to the customer, and based on these objects, their SOW, statement of work, is decided. The costing is decided based on this, how many objects they are going to implement. So please listen it to very carefully, and very important thing. First of all, we are talking about the reports. Custom reports are created within SAP when standard reporting doesn't fit the customer requirement. Although SAPs have standard reports which are inbuilt and delivered by the standard SAP system, but yet, since SAP is vastly flexible, it can cater to the needs of the business requirements. So accordingly, whatever the customer they want the reports, it can be customized, it can be representative at the level, at the requirement. Interfaces, this is what an interaction, as the word itself will explain you. Interfaces means interaction between the two systems. It's an SAP system and non-SAP system. So when there is an exchange of data between a third party system and SAP system, we use interfaces. We need to develop the interfaces. Conversion, these are used to modify the structure or content of a data. You have any data, XYZ data, in any third party system, but when it comes to the SAP, we need a format which is inbuilt in SAP. We want the data to get converted into the format provided by SAP. It should match and exactly as what SAP requires. So we call it as a conversions. Enhancements. These involves modifying and restructuring existing SAP functionality with the help of a webber or other SAP development tools. I already told you ABAPer, like a FICO consultant, the ABAPer is a technical consultant who is expert in code, which which drives the codes to get the expected reports and expected output. So again, when your standard SAP functionality is not um, fulfilling the requirement of the customers, then enhancement is required. Perhaps an additional screen they require, maybe if you are working for an asset accounting, they require some additional field to get populated where you will enter something and it will get saved in. So that is called enhancement. Forms are nothing, but it's a printable output. You want preferably in the PDF format. It can be any communication. It can be either you are sending uh, some kind of a purchase order. You can say you say a dunning letters when you are sending reminders to the customers. You want to send a communication to the customer, so we need a forms. So whenever you execute it, that forms will fetch the data from the SAP and it will give you in the printable form, like as I said, Adobe Acrobat Reader or PDF format or whatever the format you required. Workflows are nothing but it's a kind of to manage the flow of business process within SAP, such as an approval or notification. The best example I can give you, like while creating the purchase order or something, when you create a PO or you create any document which requires some authentication and which requires an approval, the moment you are going to create it in SAP, a communication will be going to the senior level that you are creating this PO and you need an permission, you need an approval from your hierarchy to create it. So this is what I explained to you about the Ricefw, and this is what the core area that as a FICO consultant you have to work. And this is from the um, costing point of view. It's very important, as I told you, that whenever an implementation partner is implementing SAP for a customer, these are the objects which plays a very critical role in the costing. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this session, and I will be coming on more topics in the future. Thank you very much.